Hey everybody, so today I want to talk to you about working out, some different workout equipment that we use. Workout to me is a word I do not like to use because I don't know, like I'm a farm girl. I like to go outside and like do things that are physical, but there's a lot of times come the winter months that there's just not a lot that we can do outside of shovel snow, and I always hope that we don't get a lot of snow, but so there are some physical things that we can do outside in the winter months, resolving to having to work out to the TV and using some weights. But because I have a low back injury, I have to take a neck injury. I have to take things slower. So come the fall, I start, incorporating just walking workouts. I do like to jog. So I, kind of play around with that a little bit, but when it comes to working out to the TV in the winter months, then I find there's a few people I have that are favorites on YouTube, that I'll do their walking workouts and then they incorporate some weights. I also like Pilates and yoga mixes just to kind of help strengthen that core. But a couple of the pieces of equipment that I have found super handy, and not just for myself, but my daughter. One is this gorilla mat that I am sitting on, and I will include a link in the description. This was probably the best investment. It's a huge square, so like I don't even need my yoga mat anymore. Like it's a 6mm is what we got. We probably could have gone a little thicker, and I do still wear tennis shoes on it, but the traction on it is awesome. And I like that I can do my yoga and Pilates on it and it doesn't, like I don't feel the concrete underneath. Not to mention just having that extra padding because I am still dealing with a little bit of plantar fasciitis. Like it's just so much more comfortable on my one leg foot. But a couple of the other pieces of equipment that we've really found helpful, I do like the ball, especially because it is with a low back injury harder to get up off the floor. So sometimes doing things where I'm laying on the ball and coming up on them is really nice. I also like the weights. So I picked up a couple of these soft weights this year, and they even have a nice handle in them. So like I can just grab these when I'm doing my walking, and then those work out really nice. I also really like the kettlebells. So obviously doing this video, it's really hard for me to show you how I do them, but for those of you that are familiar with working out videos, like the kettlebell is just really nice. And this one's a 25 pounder. And so I like using this one when we're doing the swinging, or if I'm doing like the row and I'm just like moving this weight side to side. So I really like this kettlebell. And then I did pick up a lighter one because when I'm starting out, I am not that strong and I really don't need my arms falling asleep on me at night when I go to bed, which I know is just a lot of upper body tension from like starting to use those muscles again. So this one I really liked because of the side handles. It gave me a lot more options again if I'm doing that movement across the abdomen, if I'm putting it up over my head and lifting it, or even behind my head to try to strengthen that flabby underarm. My kids laugh at me all the time. But then also it has this, ability to still do the same things, but it's just a little bit lighter. And it has a nice coating on it, whereas like this one, it's more metal. It just has that plastic coating on the bottom. So I really like those two. And then my daughter insisted, and my son, that I get some of the heavier weights, which again, I tend to stick to the 1 pound or the 3 pound. I have done the 5 pound, but usually when I get closer to spring, and I've worked out with weights all winter. So those are a few of my favorites. And then this stand was something that we just recently picked up because my kids are collecting more weights. Like we need to have a nice place to put them. So we picked this one up and I liked it that my mat could go in there. The weights are all organized so that depending on whatever my daughter's using with her workout routine or my son wants to play around with, they're all nice and organized on here. But my favorite is by far the gorilla mat. Just want to say. And then stay tuned to my channel because I'll be popping in here with some of my like pre-workout, post-workout doTERRA, because you all know I love my doTERRA. Drinks and supplements that I use, why I use them, and how they've even really helped my husband and I here on the farm. I mean, we've been working on a farm, my husband, his entire life, and now he's 50. And then for me, you know, my almost 45 years. So our bodies have seen a lot of work. And so there's a couple products I can't wait to tell you about that have really helped our bodies recover and kind of stay in that youthful mode so that we can keep moving forward, and hopefully we can avoid a lot of these injuries. So when it comes to working out, making sure that you warm up and you cool down, drinking lots of fluids, and then of course the weight management aspect. I mean, that's something I've dealt with my whole life because I love to bake and I love to eat treats. And so trying to keep that balance of, am I active enough to be burning what I'm eating? But then also nutrition and supplementation, as far as making sure that my body is burning calories at a great rate for the age that I'm at, and what products can I incorporate to kind of help encourage that. So stay tuned to my channel. I'll be talking more about that, especially as we come into January, where everybody's all about working out and exercising and getting healthy again. It is a great time to do that. I feel like our lives slow down enough in January to really start focusing on that. And I have a really cool trip coming up in February. So I'm gonna do my nutrition and my supplements and my exercising because I really would like to lose the little bit I packed down with all those Christmas goodies. So anyway, thanks for tuning in and watching. Just wanted to share a few of my exercise favorites in case you're interested in adding them to your workout collection or help you create a new workout routine. So thanks for watching.